Hi, everyone. It's me, Dr. Stacy Betancourt, with another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. And today, we're going to talk about visualizing success. We've all heard that phrase at least a time or two in our lives. But what does it really mean? Can you visualize success? Have you thought about it? I have, and I'll admit that there was a time, even most recently, when I just couldn't believe that by simply visualizing what I wanted, I could make it happen. Now, I want to caution you, this is not waving a wand. There is no wand. Wouldn't it be nice? But there isn't. But I want to kind of invite you to take a journey with me on this. So it's clearly more than just the waving of the wand, and it's clearly more than just visualizing, I want this. Because if we all visualized $1 million, bam, we got $1 million. Well, we know it doesn't work that way. And the idea is you have to understand the steps. And that's part of the visualization. It's taking something that you want, achieving something that you want to get, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, new job, a new car, a house, all those things. It doesn't matter what it is that you're working toward, your visualization, your interpretation of what is successful. It's understanding, okay, this is what I want. What do I do to get there? Okay, so that's what this is about. And it's that process. And admittedly, if you plan too much, which I can be very guilty of doing, you will pretty much plan yourself out of not acting. For example, these vlogs, I've wanted to do them for a long time, and I have been doing them now for over a year. But when I first started, I thought, oh, I can't do this. I don't have a professional studio, and I don't have professional recording equipment yet. And I don't have a quiet place. And yeah, my dryer is going off in the background and, all these things. And it's like, that's so silly. Okay. I'm not looking for perfection right now. Right now, as my dryer ends, right now, I'm looking for just getting my words and thoughts out and hopefully developing an audience of people who kind of think the way I do and find them helpful, find what I do helpful. So there's that. But the thing is that visualizing what I want in the future, sure, I would love to have something a little more. But for now, as I'm working toward that goal, it's putting things in place that will help me later. And that's the point. That's my visualization. That's what I'm looking for in the future. And if I didn't act and I didn't do this, then I would be no closer than even where I'm at now. And I'm, further along. No, of course, I'm not as far as I'd like to be, but it's part of the journey. And I've talked about a journey and I've talked about being on journeys before. And the thing is that if you don't begin to act, if I just kept saying, gosh, it would be nice, but never doing anything about it, then it's just a dream. And while dreams are not bad, how do you quantify a dream that you would like to visualize and make reality? And the thing is it's starting, it's doing something, and then continually working toward the goal that you're going after. So, is there something that you're going after in life? Do you have a timeline? Now, one thing I'll caution you about timelines is that you need to be reasonable. If you aren't sure about setting those goals, then we really should talk. But the thing is if you don't set a goal and you don't kind of put together what it's going to look like, then you're ability to reach that, what you determine is your level of success or the thing that you're going after, it just won't happen. So what you want to do is, it's called, in the education world, we call it backwards planning. And what that simply means is that you have the end goal in mind. For me, I would love to do more public speaking professionally. And that's my one of my end goals. I've got a lot of end goals, but that's my end goal in mind. So what I'm doing here is taking those little baby steps toward what would be needed for me to be successful at that. For writing, there's some ideas I have for books that I want to write. And so it's taking those ideas, meditating on them, thinking about them, writing pieces for them as ideas come forth that are worth writing down. And then when I'm ready, I will be able to assemble all these different pieces and find out what works, what doesn't, and then put it together in a final project, which would be one of my books. So whatever it is you're going for, it's like when you take on school, you know what you want that degree in the end. Okay, great. What do you do in the meantime to get you there? When I'm doing a marathon, and I've talked about my marathon experiences before, but it's visualizing crossing that finish line. There's times that I'm on the marathon path. I'm running. I'm in it. I am, mile 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You get the point? And I start to let my brain take over and I get tired and it gets really hard. So then I began to visualize what it's going to feel like to cross the finish line and to feel the sense of accomplishment when you're handed your medal. And unlike the movies, they don't always put them over your head and, celebrate you. Yes, some will do it, but most of the time it's a volunteer going like this, like, here's your medal, come get it, don't touch me. But it's that kind of thing, it's not about who hands you the medal or how it gets handed to you. It's the idea that you've earned it. Okay. So that's part of it. For those of you that are looking toward buying your car, what are you doing to put yourself into the position where you can buy the car you want? If you're going after a career, what are you doing in your life that gears you up? Do you see what I'm saying? It's a matter of putting steps in front of you that begin at the end when you have what you've wanted. So that's what you need to do. And then everything you do while you're ironically working forward and backward at the same time is that you're working toward that goal. And as you gain momentum, good things start to happen. So there it is. Is it easy? Sounds easy. Is it obtainable? It is obtainable. The thing is that are you ready to do what's needed and potentially some sacrifice, right? Sometimes in order to get what we need, we have to go with a little bit of sacrifice. But if the end result will be worth it, then isn't that what you're going after? So think about that. And remember, everyone's on a different journey. Nobody should be keeping score, especially you. If you're working towards something, do not keep score because you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. You're going to have, like for me, some weeks I have a lot of views and some weeks I don't. And that's okay because it's all part of the process, right? So on that note, I'm going to leave you. But remember, be good to others because we don't know what journey they're on. Be good to yourself because you deserve it. Give yourself a break when something doesn't work. And also don't be afraid to try something new or a different way to get what you're going after. Okay? So for now, have a great week. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Be kind. And remember, I'll be here next week. So for now, this is Dr. Stacy Betancourt with another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. Take care. See you soon.